Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George, and if this is your first time here, please subscribe and thumbs ups and drop your comments. Love the comments. Especially, it's going to be interesting to hear how you all feel after this really tough loss. It's a very tough loss to the Toronto Raptors. The Knicks dropped it 113-104 despite getting 27 points from Rowan Barrett Jr. Once again, he follows up that magnificent 35-point performance the other night with a 27-point performance. So that's 3 games in a row, 20 points plus for him. That's the good. That's the briny, shiny thing we can look at for this game. Unfortunately, there were a lot of negative things, and mostly they happened in the last 3 quarters. The first quarter was pretty sharp. I mean, the Knicks came out, we took control of the game. We were up 34-26 at the end of the first quarter. But then the second quarter came along and we dropped that quarter by 4 points to go into the half only up by 4. Yeah. I am incredibly annoyed by this loss. I mean, I know our teams are going to lose. They're not going to win every game. I know it's going to happen like that. But this was a game that we should have won. We should have won this game. You know, there's really no excuse for dropping this game. And I haven't been able to watch any of the post-game interviews with Thibs and Randall and whoever gave one. Haven't been able to watch those yet. But I'm sure nobody's happy. I'm sure everyone's incredibly disappointed, and they're probably all saying the right things. But they let Anunoby go off for 36 points. It was his career best tonight. Yeah, OG got his career best tonight. But this game was really lost in the third quarter. We came out just flat. We let the Toronto Raptors score 38 points on us. We only scored 22, so we were outscored by 16 points in that quarter, and that was pretty much it. That was it. There was a moment in the fourth quarter, at the 7:47 mark, when IQ hit a 3 from the left side below the break, and it cut the lead to 9 points with 7:47 left. I really thought that was it. We were going to make a run. Just couldn't do it. Too many mistakes happening there. But let me look at this. Let's look at this. Let's look at this tweet that I put out, actually. The Knicks got 6 less offensive rebounds, 9 less steals, 4 less assists, and committed 8 more turnovers than the Raptors. That's it. No matter how good you play, no matter how well you shoot. You can't play well when you do that. No matter how well you shoot, though, you're just not going to win in the NBA if you lose those hustle categories. Bad loss. There it is. I mean, that's it. That's the whole story right there, was that. Because when you look at the stats, I mean, let's see. We outshot the Raptors. 46.1% to 43.4%. But look at how many extra field goal attempts they got. They got an additional 23. That's mind-boggling. If that is correct, and it most likely is, they got an additional 23 field goal attempts, and now those were all the hustle categories that I'm talking about. You know, being the aggressor for the loose balls, not committing turnovers, taking care of the ball, forcing the other team to make careless mistakes, getting steals, out hustling on the offensive glass, all of that. Even though, look at it in the 3 points. They put up 42 3-pointers, hit 14 of them for 33.3%. We put up 38, which is a nice amount. I still would like us to be at 40. I would like us to be at 40, but 38 is fine. 42.1% we hit. That's pretty fantastic. But look at the free throws again. I'm worried about our inability to hit free throws on a consistent basis. As a team, we should be averaging 80% plus. Tonight we hit 75% of them, which is not atrocious, but when the other team hits almost 93% of theirs, they only missed 1 free throw. They hit 13 out of 14. So we hit 5 more, but we took 10 more attempts. So that's 5 trips to the free throw line where we only connected on half of them. That's annoying. That is incredibly frustrating. I'm bummed. But this team is when they're clicking on all cylinders, man, they're fantastic to watch. The defense this season has been a concern. When you give up 113 points to an offensively challenged team without Scottie Barnes, without Pascal Siakam, it's got to be an embarrassment, especially for a Thibs squad. Just got to be real. I love this team. I get super hype, but when I see mistakes, when I see unnecessary mistakes and carelessness with the ball, I got to call it out. And that's what it was tonight. Oh, man, that was brutal. Look at these stats here. So Julius Randle, I'm going to go talk about him for a little bit. He scored 18 points in the first quarter. Got 4 points the rest of the game. So for the final 3 quarters, he scored 4 points. And when he came back into the game in the second quarter, around the 6-minute mark to replace Obi, there were 5 possessions in a row. 5 in a row where Julius had the ball. 2 of them were turnovers. 2 of them were bad shots. And I can't remember what the 5th one was, but he did have a nice dime to Mitchell Robinson under the basket after Mitch had blocked a shot under defensive glass, and then he ran the court, and then Julius found him for a nice bucket. But that wasn't the possession I'm thinking about. There were 5 possessions that resulted in no points, and the way that the offense was executed left players out of position defensively when the shot didn't go down, and then led to easier transition buckets for the Raptors. And that's how they got back into the game in the second quarter to cut the lead down to just 4 points, and then they carried that momentum through into the third quarter, and the Knicks did not respond. So they got homework to do. They have homework to do. They really do. I mean, even though Randall hit 4 of 7 3-pointers, I don't remember him shooting another 3-pointer in the fourth quarter. I don't remember him. Maybe he did. I'm not 100%. But look at Fournier. Fournier took 13 shots, 12 points, 5 of 13, 2 of 7. Wasn't having the greatest night. Though I liked his couple of moves that he made towards the rim. I felt like he started to work it out, and then seems like Thibs didn't feel the same way, and he just iced them in the fourth, because I don't even think Fournier came back in the fourth quarter. He went with Burks, and he went with Quickly in the fourth quarter, and Emmanuel Quickly, look at that stat line. 1 of 7 field goals. 1 of 6 from behind the arc. He just looked lost. He did have 5 assists. I mean, shit happens. Sometimes good shit happens, but that doesn't really look at the entire second unit. They only had 7 assists, 1 for Rose, 1 for Taj. Taj tweaked an ankle. He left the game, so that hurt us as well. Oh man, Toppin. I mean, there were some moments where he looked good, but man, that brick that he shot up in the fourth quarter, that was at a pivotal moment. If he had hit that, or at least, shot it decent enough so we could have gotten an offensive rebound or something. Nothing. It was just a total brick. It clanked, and Raptors got the rebound, and they probably went down and scored for all we know. I mean, it just was a dismal second half for these Knicks. It was a dismal last 3 quarters. Let's just be frank here. Kemba, 5 of 10, again, hit 3 of 6 3-pointers, but he was having trouble getting his shot off in the fourth quarter. The Toronto Raptors, they play good defense. They're a good defensive team, so you can't be lackadaisical with these guys. They're gonna fight for every loose ball, and they did. And you saw it. Mitch, 6 points, 12 rebounds. I can't remember how many blocks he had. I don't even know if he had any blocks. Let's see here. Because I'm curious about this. He had 1 block. 1 block. Randall had a block. Kemba had a block somehow, and Obi had a block. But the steals, we only had 3 steals in this entire game. That pretty much tells the whole story right there. I'm a big, and you guys, if you watch my videos, you know I'm a big fan of the steal stat. Steals are one of the least appreciated stats in the entire box score. Usually the team that wins the steals wins the game. Usually. And tonight is a testament to that. The Toronto Raptors got 12 steals. We got 3. We lost that battle by 9. That is probably what those 23 extra possessions that the Raptors got is all about. Yeah. The Raptors almost put up 100 shots on us in a regulation game. Wow. RJ Barrett, though. Let's talk about some good stuff. RJ Barrett, 27 points, shot 9 of 13, 5 of 8 from behind the arc, 4 of 6 free throws. Still, the 4 of 6 bothers me. 5 of 6, okay. 4 of 6, not that happy with that. That's 66.6%. No, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. So this team has a lot of work to do. I really thought that they were going to come back tonight, come back home and win this game. We were going to be up 6-1 in the standings. Instead, we're 5-2. Bummer. But look at that. 36 points for Obi, 26 for Gary Trent Jr. He got hot at a pivotal time in that third quarter. Then he, got a little cold, but he still finished with 26 points, shot 10 of 22, 4 of 11 from behind the arc, which means he shot 6 of 11, 2-pointers. So there you go. That's the kind of, mid-range game that you want to see. Ah, man. What else? Van Vliet, 17 points, 9 rebounds for that little guy. That little guy had 9 rebounds, 8 assists. He played a really nice game overall. Fuck. Yeah, I just cursed. Sorry. Just really annoyed. I'm just really annoyed by this thing. But Julius, man. See, I love when he just does that. He just doesn't force the issue. Just finds the open guy. That's what you got to get back to. That first quarter was so beautiful. The first about 9 minutes of that first quarter were outstanding. I mean, we were killing them. I thought I was ready for a blowout. Ready for another blowout. I was ready to start hey, come on, let's see Grimes. Let's see Deuce. And more on that. Let's see Grimes. Let's see Deuce. Come on, Thibs. Got to start bringing these guys along. When our other guys don't have it, you got to bring those other guys along. Give them minutes. Start letting them accumulate floor time in real game action when it matters, so that when we get to these doldrums, then we have options to go to. I mean, not everyone's going to be hot every night. Not everyone's going to be efficient every night. So you need options. Look to your bench. You've got players on that bench that could give you something. And guess what? If they don't, then they don't. Then you try something else the next game. But to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again is what? People say that's insanity. Well, that's actually not the quote. That's actually not really the quote, but that's a whole other story. We'll talk about that another day. Anyway, annoyed. So the Knicks got to pull it back together. We've got to pull it back together so we can take the next game. And the game after that, we're going to go to Indiana. I actually had predicted that we might drop the Indiana game. And the thinking behind it was actually what I saw tonight. So, as you know, the way that, especially these Knicks, the way it works is, one game does impact the other. So I could see these guys, their focus being 10 times sharper for that Indiana game. And we'll probably go in and hopefully, we'll probably go there and just take care of the business. So, that's the positive. We'll get back on track. November's going to be, it's not going to be an easy month. Even though I do have the Knicks predicting some good wins they're going to finish this month with a winning record. I predicted 5-1 for October. I predict, check out, I dropped a video. I reposted and added a few things to the November prediction. So check that video out. All right. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell, the thumbs up, drop your comments, and hey, order your hats. I'm almost out. I'm not even wearing mine. But there's so few left. Order your hats. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this, and I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.